And we have a little audio issue, but he should be in a second.
Audio check.
Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2.
Who is that lovely young lady back there? I didn't get your name in the notes.
See, you already have my heart, because from the time it says lovely young lady, I'm like, all right. My name is Lima.
Lima.
Yeah.
Lima.
Yeah.
Empress Lima. DJ Lima.
That too.
Empress Lima. Yeah.
I like
Lima,
both.
yes.
Empress Lima and DJ Lima. Let me tell you something, Shinehead. iOctane made me realize that I am a DJ. So I'm claiming it. I am a DJ. So I'm Empress DJ
own it,
Lima.
mama. Own that. Own it. I feel. And I command. Who don't like it is rifleman. Oh, trifleman. Oh.
Yeah, something else.
Saturday morning. It's
Indeed.
time to bug out.
Yeah, indeed.
So I'm a bit nosy. You are where right now? Because when you did the promo video, you said something about Pacific time, and I'm like, where is he right now?
Yeah, we are live in downtown scandalous Los Angeles, Mama Lulu.
Kevin is over there. Yeah, he's in Cali.
He's in Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Nice to have you. Thanks for being a part of the People's Chat Room today. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. It is a pleasure. I don't get out much. You know, it's old people.
Oh my God.
The
Okay, so
atmosphere and the ambiance and ting and ting. Ladies and gentlemen, People's Chat Room. DJ Empress DJ Empress Lima, DJ Code Red, anything said dead, you understand? So said Shine S. Or the mercy.
You are just buttering it up,
I'm just buttering it up.
She's just taking it over.
So this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, Shinehead. We're gonna play the old, come to the new.
Yes.
Because I want to talk about the transition from then to now. So Code, go all in.
More like a milk queen with an M16. I said it on my well, when do you mean I am the one who would dance on the floor in around me?
Hey.
She said I am the one.
Now this is a State of the Union address to those with a musical interest. From the Minister of Argument and Reasoning, right on Mr. Shinehead. O.M. Rough and rugged, we coming rough and rugged. Feel me foundation, deep and solid, we rough and rugged, me coming rough and rugged. Feel me foundation, deep and solid. Long time I'm on a watch and for a very long time I've waited. Meantime and between time, not the things I have created. In the lyrics, I experimented. But before the final product come around, it's gotta be tested. Then not only then will I approve and be contented. Why? Because the public is extremely educated. Well, that is one of the reasons why me get sophisticated. Cause some people are busy while some folks are open-minded. No open chat, you better no open chat for me that.
Yes.
So we are dealing with Code Red. How we want? Test me with some rhythm. How we are? Threat me. Bag me up.
I'm testing the audience to let them know who we are royalty. We have
sure
foundation.
So, we had this conversation before you came on the air. We were like, because, we're streaming live on Facebook right now. And then we have the live show, of course, on iTunes Radio. And then it's going to be rebroadcasted on Soca Passion this evening and Island Beat Radio tomorrow. So we know Facebook going to mute our ass today.
Yes.
Because, and the funny thing is, we have the actual artist on the show, but it's still going to mute patches along the way. So that's where live radio is such a necessity. You know what I mean? Such a necessity. So
the court's records and the clerk's minutes. Attention Facebook. Attention Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I am Edmund Carl Aiken Jr., also known as Shinehead, and anything played today concerning my works is okay to play and not mute.
So
Time for a change, and we're still working on that.
So what I'm going to do is when I see that little thing come up later on today about muting, I'm
go
going to say
fight
we
them.
do have rights
We have
to play the
rights.
music.
We can
Okay?
fight, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So let's have a conversation. So I did
Yeah.
I did some additional research on you, and I
Mm-hmm.
see where you were born in England, went to Jamaica, How have you seen the changes manifested itself or themselves between then when you came out as royalty to now? Because a lot has changed in the music.
Yeah, a lot of guards and goddesses have changed, and unfortunately,
Wait.
a
There's some. You're doing something, and we're hearing it when you talk. What is it? Because I want to make sure I hear everything you're saying.
Yeah, along the road of life, the guards and goddesses have changed, and unfortunately, precious knowledges have been lost along the wayside, and old adages and things that we know of, when they are passed down, unfortunately, some of the true stories get contorted and twisted and are bent out of shape by the time they get to the next generations. And it is a challenge to catch up and make corrections in all parts of the world, because you can't listen to everyone who is talking. You're not at everyone's interview, seminar, or panel when they're talking. And it is unfortunately that there are some misstatements at times, several, when there really didn't need to be. So along with these changes, there are good changes also. Back in the day, the older artists like myself, we didn't actually say much. It was minimal. Like, say, academically speaking, I'd call it baby stages lyrically as we go down the annals of time, the annals of life. As generations change, more gets packed in to a song per verse, per bar, because more education free up. And then even at the turn of the century now, I'm noticing that even though knowledge abounds everywhere at the fingertip at a clip, there's been a strange twist where, collectively speaking, all this knowledge, for some reason we got dumber.
True. That's true. That's
when
true.
you're supposed to be going up linearly speaking, you just get dumber. See? Because so much is available that you don't know what to do with yourself. It's like it's like vinyl selector versus digital selector. Digital selectors got so many songs. Vinyl selectors got but just so many songs, and you have to make concise decisions and stick with it. Win, lose, draw, jail, or death. So you are a more decisive person if you play vinyl, because you have less songs to play, so you're gonna make a better decision. You're gonna make a more concrete decision. When you're digital and you have endless songs, there is the chance of turning. You get tune confused.
It's
Tune
true.
confused because there's too much to choose from, and sometimes it is crap. Unfortunately, so much come out now that there is no quality control.
Well,
These are the changes.
that's how you know the difference. That's how you separate the sheep from the goat. That's how you know the ones that trained on Google and the ones that actually took the time to study the craft. You know what I mean?
Right. And where we're coming from, it doesn't necessarily start from sound system. It could start in the church. It could start at school. Usually we all start at home with mom and dad, or mom or dad, as the case may be. But an older person in the house, in our culture, is always playing some type of music. So it can start anywhere. Now, if it just happen to start on a sound system, okay, nice, unfair advantage. You're on your way if this is the way you want to go. Now, a lot of artists, so-called, I use the word artists, in quotes, just come out of nowhere, Bakawa. You didn't have to go through the right channels and say paid use. Now, mind you, we all use the words paid use very lightly. It is not a light thing to pay dues, because technology has changed everything. So conveniences allow us to fast forward with whatever it is we're doing. See? And that lends itself to a compromise where if you fast forward in your music training, you're ultimately, in the long run, going to end up whack.
So
Whack.
So I would be whack if I didn't tap into some of what you said earlier on, because I don't miss nothing. And you had said something about 5 minutes ago about there are a lot of things that were said that pretty much were distortions of the reality. So I want to tap into that a little bit, and then we play one of the songs that
All right. If I may make an analogy, if I may interject.
Sure, go for it.
Why does Jamaica track team, Belize track team, Guyana, Trinidad, Tobago, U.S. track team always keep whooping ass? Why? Because they practice. That's why. See? Now, let's take it to music. We Jamaicans, see, notice I said we Jamaicans.
Yes.
Not the Guyanese, not the TTs, not the Trinidad and Tobagos, not the Belizeans, not nobody else. We Jamaicans figure, so okay, I know who will get up, roll a split, put on a mesh marina, drink a Guinness, and we're ready because we are a star. This is a malignant and long-term, decades-old indiscipline that we have, and it don't go like that. It goes with discipline, it goes with work, it goes with boot camp. Now let's take it back to music. Let's say you start out and you just have to happen upon the right people who have the right sound system. Let me tell you something about sound system. Sound system is the infrastructural boot camp of reggae music.
It is.
Aside from the Bobo them and the Bingy them, who is even more important than sound system, the drums, the Bingy drums, the Naya Bingy drums, the Rasta gatherings, that come first. Then you have the musical instruments and the drum sets and the sound system. The boot camp, you have to have the spiritual ready-made first. Ideally, in a perfect world, if you can't find which part the Rastas gather. Because reggae come from Rastafari. Without Rastafari, there would be no reggae. And notice we all say heartbeat. So we right back to the Naya Bingy drum. Boom, 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 boom. Then now you move to your next level. Okay, you have your bands, your musical instruments, you have your sound system. All right, let's go to the sound system. That's where you go to train if you want to be an artist now, whether you're an MC, a rapper, a singer, a singer.
Okay,
Like
but
this.
there's so many similarities between what you're saying and music in Trinidad and Tobago, because we refer to the iron as the engine room. That's where it starts. So
And you have to drill.
And you have
to
right.
drill.
Right.
Drill.
Right.
That's how Marshall Montana got good. That's how Sean Paul got good. That's how Shinehead get good. That's how Shelly Thunder, Johnny Ringo, Mouta, Massey, Papa San, Lieutenant Stitchy, Demolition Man get good. I am talking about action-packed lyricists. I'm talking about Empress Omega, Empress Sativa, Queen Ifrika, action-packed lyricists.
Preach.
Boot camp. Boot camp. Even if you don't have a sound, you write out your things and you drill yourself. And you drill yourself till you don't need that paper no more because it's in your head. And now stuff is flying out of your memory neurons. And you are now evolving into your freestyle because you're exercising your brain muscles. Simple as that.
And there are a lot of artists these days don't do that because they didn't practice. They didn't let the music become part of their DNA through practice.
DNA. You have preached the gospel this morning, Empress Lima.
Thank you.
Boss a bomb there. Boss a bomb there. Boss a bomb. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. Come on.
So I want Code to play.
Your favorite song?
You know which one is that?
This is Shinehead, and you're in tune to the People's Chat Room. Code Red, Empress Lima. You see, iTunes Radio. Yes.
Don't drink coffee. It's my day. And I have my morning ride. You can see it in my motions when I walk. I'm a Jamaican in
People's Chat Room.
See me walking down Church Avenue with my
Code Red up as spice.
righteous. Oh
Yo.
my
What
God.
about-
So now we know that's from the Sting song, but
Yes, Englishman in New York.
Englishman in New York. And
Come
to
on,
me,
big up the Paula.
the lyric, I'm a Jamaican in New York, is for every Caribbean person.
Yes.
So we could
Yes.
switch that out and we could put any island.
Any island,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
correct.
Because it pertains
I
to
would
all
like,
of us.
I would like to point out that before I did Jamaican in New York, there was an artist whose name eludes me now, but he did West Indian in New York, and he, you know, if I could only remember his name, so he could get that, get that
Credit.
acknowledgement.
Okay.
Before Jamaican in New York, there was West Indian in New York. I have heard this song, and I've heard this artist speak of this, and this is true. It is only
So-
for me to remember. And I'm sorry, I don't remember his name.
That's okay. You can always let me know. Because we'll talk about that after. What I'm thinking is this. That's a huge song. I'm an Englishman in New York. Was it when how to ask this question? There was someone else that you said did the West Indian, used the word West Indian. What was it that told you, listen, I'm going to take that song and I'm going to do this shit?
I'm gonna make it
Because-
ours.
I'm going to make it mine.
every
I'm going to
day
make it
back-
ours.
Back in the day when I used to live in New York City in the Bronx, every day I used to listen to a jazz station called CD 101.9 because I love jazz, I love rock, I love hard rock, and I love avant-garde jazz and all those things. So I have to hear my Miles Davis and my Dizzy Gillespie, blah, blah, blah. So that was one of the songs in rotation on there, The Police, Jamaican in New York, The Englishman in New York, stuff like that. And then Claude, my then manager at the time, African Love, said to come down into Gallatin because, works time now, and introduced me to Norman Cook, who did the production for Jamaican in New York. And because I was listening to it to Englishmen in New York from long time anyway, unbeknownst to anyone, and then Claude and Norman just come drop this in on my lap. What? What? Come here! Yeah, man.
Wow.
Couple of beers and get out. Yes, because it was in my mind all along. Like I just liked it, and then something work-wise and functional came along to actually put this into play. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't preparing for it. It's just one of my songs I listen to, and then here it is. Then put this in front of me. So what am I to do? Oh, woe is me, Lima. Oh, woe is me. What's the fella to do?
You just took that, chewed up on it, spit it out, and then, it's yours.
Made it all yours.
And you made it ours too. You know what I mean? Because everybody.
The greatest part. The greatest part. Made it ours. Made it yours.
Yes.
Made it ours.
Everybody was jamming to this. Everybody could relate to this. Even though I never lived in New York, been there, but this is where you could apply that to any city in the country. You made it ours.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I appreciate that. And so we're moving closer to the new music. I gotta tell you, of course, this is my first time chatting with you, but your effervescent, or effervescence, I should say, comes through. You just popping with vibe, man. We like that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm just over here aging backwards. What else to do?
Benjamin Buttons. All
Benjamin
right.
Buttons.
I want to tell the world that the world know already said that the greatest wealth is your health. And it is for this reason I've been riding a bicycle since 1980. You can see that bicycle on the back of my first album, the Rough and Rugged album. The Rough and Rugged bicycle is on the back. It's with me to this day. I ride actively. Aside from having a high metabolism, which works in my favor and thing, but we've always tried to keep moderately fit over a lifetime. And, just be vibrant and be childlike, but not childish. Yeah.
Word. You just I'm just soaking all of this up because it's like you speaking to me. Okay, I need to exercise a little bit more. So let's come up to the new music.
Yes.
Code, we got 2 songs on there. You take a pick.
All right.
And a great big explanation.
DJ Empress
The
Lima.
righteous way to go.
Okay, Shinehead, you have a falsetto voice that you don't really find that. I mean, there are a lot of men with falsettos, but you have a. I always wanted to ask one of you guys this. How is it that because you have a falsetto like Philip Bailey, and how is it that you'll do that?
Well, I really don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about, Empress Lima. You know? I don't know.
Because
you know, hear the manliness in my voice. Look at my porridge chest. You hear my beast?
because it's like with women, when we sing falsetto, you gotta practice. You gotta groom it because it's not something that's not your strongest voice. You know, and in order to sing a whole song or most of a song in falsetto, it's like you gotta practice and you know. But guys, it seems to me like if it's easier for men to sing in falsetto than women.
A female voice is thinner and lighter and sweeter, so I think a falsetto for the female vocal cords would be easier because it's already thinner and lighter and more flexible anyway. Women don't have the muscle density we have, so I would think it would be more of a challenge for us because when women sing in their normal voice, it's light and sweet anyway. So
falsetto is difficult for me.
For you?
Yes, a falsetto, singing in falsetto is difficult for me. I have to practice it, and I have to practice how to switch properly. But enough of me and that. The song.
I'm going to get to that right there. I'll show you how to do it. So if a woman goes up to falsetto, that just ain't even fair already. See, now with the guys, follow me now, Lima. With the guys, what it is, well, I noticed voice change at puberty.
Mm-hmm.
And you either going to do something with it or you're not going to do nothing with it.
Mm-hmm.
I.e. Michael Jackson, right? And other artists. I noticed my change at puberty, so I had to manage it and get used to it at the time and not just let it sit there and go on its own. I harnessed it and practiced it and not try to control it, but work with the changes going on in my vocal cords because of puberty. It also requires, you're going to do some vocal exercises and literally stretch your neck and practice because you're at the point where you're either going to learn how to control this or you're going to lose it altogether. So a lot of times falsetto buck up by accident. Let's say something frightened you. Let's say you see a rat or a roach, you go, ah! You take that because right.
I get lessons.
Get
But I
into
want
a
to talk about the song, but he's still talking about
Yeah. Hold on. You need to get into a goofy yodeling.
y'all.
Right. And just act goofy and silly.
Yes.
And you'll find it in there. Now, back to the song.
Yes.
The song was done
The
last
Makings
year.
of You. And we playing it and I'm hearing you singing in the background. So I feel like, I was about to tell Code, okay, pause, let him just sing. But,
I was singing a dub plate for your program.
oh, we could always get that. So tell us about the song, The Makings of You.
The Makings of You, one night Butterfly left the studio and I was just holding our vibes. And I get into my daydreaming. So now I'm zoning in on Frankie Paul, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. What would they do with this one song which Stevie Wonder has done so well with? No. What would they do? No. As a matter of fact, this explanation is for an entirely different song. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
This is Curtis Mayfield. Because I was explaining to you about Never Had a Dream Come True. My bad. With The Makings of You, I wanted to go back to some soul and some foundation, just like I do in the Studio One and the Treasure Isle, because there's roots and foundation everywhere. And not to keep singing over a song, because we do have original intellectual properties, but certain things should not be forgotten. Certain things should not be left to die. A lot of people have done this song already, and they did it wicked. I.e. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Lauren Skills, Jackson 5, lots of people. So, just I get my little turn. And
you put your touch on it.
Right, but when I'm singing that song, I'm putting in not just the Curtis Mayfield, but the Von Mason who sang "Diamonds in the Watch," brand new. I'm putting in the Philip
With
Bailey.
a gasoline,
I'm putting in.
woo. That's a bad song.
I'm putting in the Pat Kelly. I'm putting in the Cornell Campbell. I'm putting in the Junior Mervin. I'm putting in the Slim Smith.
You calling some. Wow.
I'm putting in the Peter Tosh. I'm putting in the Bunny Wailer because you know they run falsetto. See, I'm putting in all of that. All of them people is who I'm thinking of when I get in the zone.
And I love your take on it, though.
Plus the impressions. Because remember now, the Wailers were impressed with the impressions.
Okay. You got alerts for days, boy. I didn't have a comeback with that one. Very rare do I not have a comeback, okay? Let's listen to the other song, Never Had a Dream Come True.
Yeah. People's Platform, iTunes Radio, DJ Code Red, Empress Lima. Buenos dias, my name is SHINEHEAD.
Free as the wind. If you love, there's no sin. Therefore, men are just men, not machines. Help me sing it, help me sing it. Help me sing it.
We hearing you singing that thing in the back there. I love. Okay, no, I love the first song, but this, it's like you went back with us. You know, it's like, and I think, I mean, I'm not an authority on the rhythms and the vibes that come out of Jamaica. You know, I'm still learning in many ways, but to me, we need to go back sometimes because that just captures the essence of what Jamaica, the rhythm, the culture is all about.
See? Right. And accolades and homage to the Melodians, Techniques, Silvertones, Gladiators, Gaylads, you know, all the groups, Paragons, seen because they were influenced by rhythm and blues in the U.S. And when you get sweet rhythms, which, by the way, you know, we have legal access to Treasure Isle Rhythms, all courtesy of Chris Peckins, you know, Peckins label of London. That's where the album's going to come out on. When you take these sweet classic rhythms and put a sweet song with it, whether you make up the song yourself or not, you cannot lose.
You can't lose.
Because tracks like that are a road where you just cannot get lost on.
No.
You just can't. So no, the original explanation is one day, one night Butterfly left the studio and I was just vibing, thinking about what would Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and Frankie Paul do with that thing like this. So I try and mix the styles where you might hear, maybe subconsciously it was intentional or unintentional, but you hear the little Stevie, you hear some FP, some Frankie Paul, and you hear some Michael. And it was just holding our vibes like that, where I didn't do the song immediately when the notion came to me because it was the energy was great. So I had to leave it alone for a few days because, you know, it kind of get kooky and psycho where it'll take you away mentally. So when you got to follow it, And then after a few days, I was mentally prepared to come back and do it. Because believe me, Empress Lima, believe me, Code Red, the energy, when the idea, you ask any artist, any songwriter, anybody in life, when a big idea hit you and the bulb goes off, it's like you got bonked in the head.
I understand. I understand.
See, and the energy was great. That's me saying, no, where do I want to drop from? I think I have to lower it for a few days and come back because it was so big.
Okay, so let me also throw this in. Your voice and your runs were on point. So we had with the first song where the falsetto was shining. On this song, you had the runs shining. It's a contrast. Both songs are contrasts. And I just love the vibe on it. It's like so bubbly and it's so reminiscent. Man, hey, when they coming back to the show?
All right, watch this now.
When they coming back to the show?
I got to put in this point right here.
What?
One of the reasons for such control is because I had good teachers back in Jamaica at St. Catherine High School and St. Catherine Primary School, like Miss Violet Mills and Mr. Brown and the great Mr. Neal, who used to like make the baddest choirs out of the school students at St. Catherine High School, the late great Mr. Neal. So I'm watching great people like this man, like this teacher, when he has the boys and girls choir swaying and singing in all these octaves and rounds and harmonies and stuff. And we're talking as far back as 76. Me hold on to that memory data and use it to this day. You hear me?
So let me point out two things we've noticed. Well, he's noticed that you are an historian. You're a historian. Your memory is on point. The thing that I noticed with you since doing this interview is that you give credit where credit is due. There are a lot of people will get to the heights of success and they will deliberately forget where they got certain things from, who helped them, who did this, who did that. They conveniently, with a capital C, forget.
I always say, sometimes limelight short, your memory at the wrong time. That is why I'm to them there in the headlights. You check.
So you're a historian and you are a man that's truly grateful.
Thank you so much.
And we gotta go just now, but I want to know when you're coming back to the song.
We have one more.
We have one more. Okay, he's lining up the next song. I want to know when you're coming back to the show.
Anytime you're inviting me, because right now, as we speak, we're preparing Kingston 1255 to go hit the road again to do a Dennis Brown tribute all day today with a live band, and we're playing an intermission. So, we're multitasking around here, but anytime when I want me to come back, you just let me know. You
Definitely.
See? So that's why I have to big up Butterfly and Miss Flair Lindsay. Those are the boss ladies. See, big up Miss Flair Lindsay. Clay. Happy bam, man.
Yeah, man. I play this song.
This is the sound boy killing. And if I killing, then we're winning. This is the sound boy killing. So kill the pass, make me kill him with big songs.
Introducing the janitor like a mop doubling up on any sound. Look, I'm messing with this one, they're gonna get clean up and lean up.
This is the sound boy killing. And if I killing, then we're winning. This is the sound boy killing. So kill the pass, make me kill him with big songs.
Introducing the janitor like a mop doubling up on any sound. Look, I'm messing with this one, they're gonna get clean up and lean up. I am the janitor, me they are the mop, them lean up on any sound. Look, I'm messing with this one, they're gonna get clean up and lean up.
Mayo, take easy for type on the internet. You have no idea what you're in to get. You speech on the level of your intellect.
Okay. I'm still at the first. My brain is moving that fast.
Yo.
Wait,
Why so serious?
When you roll, he's
Jeez and ages.
wow.
I know you. Let me. I don't.
Yeah. I picked the last song. I played the last song correct.
Very rare am I speechless. All right, you gotta know that.
All right.
Excuse me.
know what to say.
Too much fun. Too much fun.
Too much.
Too much fun.
We gotta bring you back.
Yeah.
Dean, for
Yeah.
real. I love it. I love it.
We gotta bring you back.
Anytime
So,
you excuse me.
it's all right. I'm gonna
Made
reach
a
out to
boo-boo.
Flair
Gotta
and
put this back in. Sorry, hold on. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
all right.
I gotta put it. Here we go. All right, we know time is out, and I will not wear out my welcome.
No.
I-
You
but
welcome.
we-
You
but
welcome
we
anytime.
know-
We gotta
but we
go
know you
because
gotta move.
we
You
had-
gotta move that big set right behind you. I
Whoa.
peeped the double 18s.
Man.
I saw them double 18s. I saw them cabinet. I was like, look, watch it.
That's a machine 12.
Watch it.
It's four of them, and me and Butterfly made them right where you see us, right down there. So you see right there, yeah.
Handmade.
We built them right here.
painted.
Long live Downbeat, long live Jack Ruby, long live Youth Promotion, all of the legends sound, you know.
Yeah.
Their spirit is reborn in Kingston 12 High 5. Sounds of the Wise, as decreed by King Richard.
Your energy is like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
So I'm gonna reach out to Flair to see when we could bring you back and we could continue talking because you are just,
Hey.
you're just special.
So special. Thank you so much. You guys are special too.
You're welcome. You take care, Shinehead.
Sir, thank you so much.
you too.
I appreciate it. I enjoy this beyond. Thank you. Much
Yo,
love,
me
much
too.
respect.
All right, wanna take care. I remember this. How you sing a sound in a delight. How you sing a sound in a delight. Red by red, I be say black by black. Red by red, I be say black by black. This is Shining for the People's Chat Room. DJ Code Red, DJ Lima, and I am out.
Thank you, Shinehead. I'm a DJ. You hear that? I'm a DJ. Yes, I am. And I gotta try to remember who we have on the show next week because we gotta go. We gotta go. So let me see. Let me pull up the calendar. And we